Rise and shine, superstars. It's your favorite light coach, MB. And today is a great day to be alive. Why? Because you are still here. So stop what you're doing. Scream at the top of your lungs. Comment below. Come through. If you are thankful that God woke you up this morning, because gratitude is the absolute best way for you to start your day. And if you're not grateful right now, you need to figure out why you should be. Because I guarantee you the fact that you can see, hear, talk, get up, walk, breathe, laugh, love, cry, anything that you can do right now is something to be grateful for, because there's someone who didn't make it to this day and they're not able to experience these things anymore. You're going through something, and that's okay. It's going to be okay. It's only temporary. It feels like it's going to defeat you, but you're undefeatable. It feels like it's going to bring you down, but you're unbreakable. You were created to rise like a phoenix. So don't allow a temporary situation to force you to make a permanent decision. My tribe. This week we are living out loud so that we can become who God created us to become. And we're doing that in a 7-step process. So on Sunday, we talked about step 1, which is being open to the possibilities, to the challenges, to the opportunities, to the adversities, to the advantages, to the pain, to the joy, to every single thing that life is going to throw our way. We have to be open to it. We have to accept it. And we have to use it for our good. Step 2, which we talked about on Monday. Step 2 is being unwavering. All of these things, when you're in pursuit of something that you really want, life is going to do what life does. It's going to hide out behind something. You don't see it coming, but it's going to have a bat and it's going to hit you in the face, in the chest, in the throat, in the back, wherever it can. But you're going to be unwavering because you know that what's in you is meant to come out. And you know that you can't be defeated by something that did not create you. So you're going to be unwavering in your pursuit with this passion, with this purpose, with this peace, of this prosperity. You're going to be unwavering in your pursuit because you were built for such a time as this. Everything that you need is already in you. You just got to tap into it and tell yourself and believe in yourself that all you have is all you have and all you have is enough. But today, step 3, we talking about the truth. We talking about the whole truth and nothing but the truth. John 8:32 says, "Then you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." You know, if you're a shouter, you can go ahead and shout right then because that's some powerful stuff. But what's the truth? You can't just know that there's truth out there, but you don't know your truth, because there's a lot of different truths. But what is your truth? What's the truth for your life? There's so many people who have opinions about how you should be doing things right now. There's so many people who have comments about how you did things in the past. There's so many people who have suggestions about what you need to do for the future. But what is your truth? This takes us back to where we're identifying who we are, who God created us to be. Your truth is your purpose. Your truth is God's birthmark on you. It's your fingerprint. That's what your truth is. Your truth is found in your purpose. And the only way you can live out loud is if you live in truth, is if you live in your purpose, if you're open and unwavering. That's the only way you can live out loud. But you have to know what your truth is. You have to redefine your identity, because right now, for a lot of you, your identity is the definition of the conditions you grew up in. It's the definition of the expectations your parents had on you. It's the definition of who your spouse wants you to be. It's the definition of the pressure of being a good parent. It's the definition of trying to fit in at work so that you can get a promotion at a job that's not where you're supposed to be. Your truth, your identity, somebody asks you, who are you? You immediately say what it is that defines you based off of what you've believed for yourself. Oh, I'm a processor. Oh, I work for a Fortune 500 company. Oh, I'm so-and-so's daughter. Oh, I'm the father of. And everything that's your identity is based off of your environmental surroundings. It's not based off of who's inside of you. That's where your truth is. That is your truth. And when you're defining your identity by everyone else and everything else that's external, and you're ignoring what God put on you that's internal, then you're not living a truth. You're living a lie. You're trying to hold yourself up to somebody else's expectations instead of your own. You're trying to be who someone else wants you to be instead of who God created you to be. You're trying to do all of these things so that you can fit into this mold that has been created and crafted and sculpted out by who raised you, where you were raised, where you're trying to go, who you're with now, what kind of things you've been through in the past. And all of that is a lie because it's not your truth. There's a quote that says, a lie will travel halfway around the world while the truth is still somewhere trying to put on its shoes. And if you can fall victim to being the person that is identified and defined by all the lies that you've been told, all the lies that you've accepted as your truth, that you've decided to believe, then your truth is like, well, what? Your truth is looking up at you right now. Like, what about me? I've been here the whole time. You just haven't looked for me because you haven't looked inside of yourself. You're trying to identify yourself and become somebody based off of everything that you look out in your surroundings. What you don't want to be because over there, that's who that person was. What you do want to be because over there, that's who that person is. Where you don't want to live because what you came from in your past. That's not your truth. That's not your identity. That's not what defines you. It's all on the inside, but you got to be bold enough to do the work. You have to be bold enough and creative enough to check on the inside and design your life from the inside out. It's the interior designing that brings value to a home. It's not what color the house is painted. What is inside the home? That's what makes people want to stay. That's what makes people want to go. What is in there? Is there love in there? Is there peace in there? Or is there turmoil and toxicity? What's in there? Is there good furniture, quality furniture? Or is there something that if you sit on it, it might break down? You have to look inside of yourself and find out the value that's already in you. See, you don't know it yet because you don't realize how expensive you are. You don't realize how rare you are. You don't realize how beautiful you are, how strong you are, how valuable you are, how precious you are. You don't realize that you're the only you. And when you're out here trying to define yourself and create your identity by the lies of the world, you're telling the you that you were created to be that it's not good enough. So you got to go pick and choose from somebody else who's giving you a presentation of what they think is the best version of themselves and then denying the truth in their own selves, in their own lives. And now you're seeing someone else's lie and you're dressing yourself with it. And you're trying to hide things that's going on inside because you're too afraid to just dive right in and go after it and chase it. You got to find the truth. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid to do what God has told you to do? Why are you afraid to walk in your purpose? Why are you afraid to discover your purpose? Why are you afraid to live a life that's so free and fulfilling that other people are going to read and write and talk about you? Because they're already doing it. They might not be writing about you. They might not be reading about you, but they're talking about you. And they're going to have their own opinions. They're going to have their own suggestions. They're going to have their, I would have done it this ways. But guess what? You have your feet and you have your shoes and you have your lane. And as long as you're operating in that and you're following the lighthouse of your purpose, you will be victorious. You will win the race. You will come out on top. You will be the champion, but you got to be truthful with yourself. You got to sit down, get in a dark room, turn off all of the distractions, close all the windows, close all the doors, and you got to sit there with yourself. See, a lot of us, we don't even want to sit with ourselves in silence because we're afraid of our own thoughts. Or we're like, well, what are we going to do? Because your thoughts are controlling your life, and your thoughts are being controlled by the identity and the lies of others. But you got to be willing to face your fears. You have to be willing to face your thoughts. You have to be willing to submerge yourself in the most uncomfortable place, which is your mind. And understand that once you can master your mind, once you can abandon those limiting beliefs, you'll be able to create a life for yourself where anything is possible. But first, you got to know your truth. Then, and only then, will you be free. Know your truth, and your truth will set you free. If you're feeling like you're a prisoner in your own home, in your own relationship, if you're a prisoner as a spouse, as a parent, if you're a prisoner in the office, if you're a prisoner on the job, if you're a prisoner in life, period, like you just feel like you can't breathe, you're suffocating, you want to scream, but nobody is going to stop and listen to you, then it's time for you to sit down with yourself. Because there's only two people who you need to talk to, and that's God and your thoughts. There's only one truth that you need to listen to. That's God, the truth that's been placed inside of you. And if you can face that, and if you can tell yourself and get yourself to believe that you are valuable, that your experience is unique, that you have a specific, handcrafted, sculpted, unique birthmark that's inside of you, that's when you're going to find freedom. And the only way you can live out loud is if you're free. Because when you're a slave, when you're a prisoner, you're silenced. And you're dying every day in silence instead of living every day in freedom. But you have to find your truth. So today, I need you 10 minutes. Come on. You got to know the truth so that it can set you free. Today, I need you to talk about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The good, the bad, the ugly, the powerful, the strong. You have to see that there's always two sides to a coin. But what side are you going to land on? You've been landing on tails, the feet, beneath. You've been landing on that for the past 7, 10, 12, 25 years of your life. Now it's time for you to land on heads. Now it's time for you to be the one on top. Now it's time for you to find what it is that you were created to do and live it with courage. Now is the time. Today is the day. So sit with yourself. Find out what it is that you've been lying to yourself about. Find out whose lies you've been believing. Are they your lies? Are they lies of your past? Are they the lies of your spouse, of your children, of your parents, of your coworkers? Are they the lies of your debt, of your poverty mindset? What lies have you been living with and using to identify who you are? And once you can realize those lies, then the easiest part is saying, okay, well, this is clearly a lie, so the opposite must be a truth. Now let me write down the truth and get rid of the lie. So find your truth today so that you can live out loud. But if you don't remember anything I just said, always remember this. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be great, and it's a great day to find the greatness in you. Now go out there and live the greatest day of your life.